We are live. Let's go big screen. Blow it. Let's do it. Let's treat ourselves. Click live on Instagram as well. Wait for you all to. You have to say the obligatory. Let's wait for you all to come in. That's what you have to say on a live. You can't do nothing else. It's the obligatory live of. Let's wait for everyone to come. I might copyright that line. I'd never have to work again. Never have to work again. We are live on Instagram. We're live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube as well. We're across the board. I've had the email from YouTube to say we're live. Start dropping your comments in so I know you're there. Oh, you already are. This is what we like. I've changed logos tonight as well. Sally Ann. Hi all. Hi, Sally Ann. I hope you're good. I hope you're well. We've got our Toni on tonight. She's ready and raring to go. I can see her at the well. She's ready. Let's leave the raring, shall we? Let's not go with the raring. She's ready to go, as it were. She's all there. Who else we got? Paula's here. Hi, Adam. Sharon. Hi, all. Nikki's watching as well. Quite a lot of you are watching tonight. We'll give you a few more minutes to come in. And then we'll start. I have lists of questions. Lists today for our Tone. I forgot to send you the list, Tone. Sorry. You'll know the answers. I don't know what she's saying, but I don't think it's good. I'm not going to lie. Oh no, it's fine, Tony. It's all questions that I've asked you before. Well, possibly. Hi, Adam. Hope everyone is well. Looking forward to seeing you on Saturday. Yes, retreat Saturday with our Tash. I'll be there. Cannot wait. Bit nervous, not going to lie. Bit nervous for it all, but we'll be there. Hi, Adam and everyone. Hope everyone's had a good week. Another week gone already. Where's that week gone? Where has that week gone? Right then, while you shuffle in and shuffle down to the front, let's play the intro and let's get our Toni on because she's got a dishwasher to empty and food to cook. So let's get this started. I don't change, Tony, even though I'm in semi-retirement mode. I don't change. Let's roll the titles to be all professional, like a proper little TV show, and then we'll get our Toni on. By the way, if you've got any questions for Toni, drop them in the comments now, and I'll star them and I'll ask them as we go. Should we roll the snazzy titles? I think we should. Let's do it. It's time for another episode of All Round Mine with me, Adam, with over 15 years in television and even more in entertainment. Let's dig deep with the people we know and love, that we've grown up with. So, pull up a pew, grab a seat, as I invite you all round mine. I don't think Tony's ever seen that before, to be honest. I need an intro, Tony. Yes, she's here. Ladies and gentlemen, be upstanding if you can for the one and only legend in my eyes. Absolute legend, and she's helped me a lot. Over the years, I've known her. It's the one and only Toni. Darroch's here. Are you lovely? How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thanks for having me.
No, you're more than welcome. I've been trying to get you a while, but you're a very busy person.
Yeah. Well, there literally isn't enough hours in the day, but I wouldn't have it any other way, as you know.
No, it's true. Because when I text you, literally, I only text Toni yesterday, and then I scrolled through a line, and I thought you were at HSN. I was like, oh, I've messed up here massively. But I think it was an old post I saw. We're going to start at the very beginning. Oh. It's the question that I ask everyone when we do this, just to start off with, just to keep going. So the question I'm going to ask is, first of all, how are you? As in, how's everything been over the last 6 months? That is the question. How's it all? That is the question. How's it all been? Because it was a shock for everyone. And you were the one waving the flag, saying, and you told me. I remember sitting in the kitchen with you. And we were both sitting in that kitchen and you said, it's going to be fine. We're going to get through this. It's all good. We may get through it. It's going to be a bumpy road. And then it all went tumbling down. So how are you?
Tumbling down's a kind word, let's face it. You mean like a hurricane, a flash storm, and bricks and sticks and all sorts, aftermath. Yeah. So I've just, hang on just 1 second. I wanted to look at chat, but... so I can see chat as well, that's all. So make sure you're not telling me any fibs.
I'm just making comments up.
Yeah, like asking me some awkward questions, making out like Betty's asking when it's actually you. You know what you're like.
Don't tell them all our techniques from TV.
No. So, how have I been? Well, I've been good, but as you know, probably most of you only know that I just recently returned back to UK TV simply because I just took a little bit of a step back. I needed to sort of like walk before I could run. I needed to see the landscape. Lots of us were affected by it happening the second time around, including jobs, finance, all of the stuff that probably everybody on this chat absolutely already knows about. But for it to happen a second time can really affect a business. When it happened the first time, I only managed to just keep the business above water and keep it alive. And I returned back to UK TV in the hope that it would sort of like be a little bit more stable, sustainable in the same breath, because customers would always be there knowing they have the love of craft. It would always be there. So I returned quite snappy after the first time, but the second time round it happened, I just thought, this is just like fate. It's like for it to happen a second time, it's probably going to happen a third time. So I took a step back, and as probably you could see, most brands went to other TV platforms and things like that, and that's absolutely fine. But for me, it just wasn't right for Stamps by Me, because we are that family company. And although probably most think we are one of the top brands in the UK, in actual fact, we actually are one of the top brands in the UK, but we are still that family company who have staff, who have mortgages and family and things like that. So I just had to take a step back, prioritize what do we need to do as a company to manage this sort of like situation. So we returned back to our UK studios, the How to Craft Network, ourselves, and we just sort of like did a sidestep into a lane and took the dynamic of TV to our own studio, which then meant we were live most days. People came, we offered points and discounts, and just a super creative place to be in. I've just survived off my loyal following on the How to Craft Network. So it hasn't been great, but I'm very grateful for the people that did support once TV did demise, and they came across and supported us as a family company. So, you know, it's just been incredible, really.
Do you think the market has now changed for good? Do you think it is, or are we just still in choppy seas? Do you think there is a way out of this, or do you think there's still a long way we've got to sit on this boat for?
I think we're going to be on this boat for a long, long time, not just because of craft, but because of the world in general. You know, circumstances, cuts, payments, cost of living. I think it's going to be a rocky road for a long, long time. But I think if you stay hot-toed and you remain dynamic and you keep people inspired in relation to their craft, it will always be there for you as a company. If you follow the train, follow everybody else, do the same product, do the same shows, do repeat, you will never survive, because organic growth and doing your own thing and staying in your lane is the only way you will survive. And that's what I've had to do. Like for the last 6 months, I've had to sort of like just switch a gear, take my gears from first to fifth, and absolutely go for it. And because we are that dynamic company, I feel like that's the reason why people come back time and time again. But I do feel like it's never going to go back to how it was before. We've all been bitten. Crafters have been bitten. Crafters have lost faith. They've lost money. So have brands. So have staff, presenters like yourself. So I think we're all on that wobbly rock. And whether we take that step forward or that step back, it's still to be known, I think.
I don't think I've ever asked you this question. How did Stamps by Me actually start? Where did it all start from?
So most of you will probably know that I started when I was 23. I joined the police force, so I did 15 years in the police, and then what happened was my mum died when I was quite young, and I just went to my local craft store for a distraction. And I picked up some colouring books, some stamps, some ink, and the lady in there called Kath, who has worked for me every day since. So she's been with me for 15 years. The lady that got me into craft now works for me for 15 years. And I just needed it as a distraction. and I was just hooked. And then I used to sit in the back of the riot van at the Leeds football matches, and I'd be sat there sketching on paper, flowers and things like that. And there was hooligans swinging off the side of the police vans, and I'd be sat there sketching like till Sergeant said, "Right, come on, everybody out." I'd be like, "Oh." So, and then we did our first airing on TV. We pitched into Create and Craft at the time, and they took us on board, and we had our first sellout within the first 4 months. And I cried all the way home. And then it was just something I knew I wanted to do full time. I didn't want to be on town arresting drunks. I didn't want to be dealing with idiots. The reward was great when we solved problems, but the dealing with the aggressiveness and the assault and all that sort of stuff sort of like outweighed the good stuff. So I decided to take the leap and leave.
Oh my word! I knew you were in the police, but I didn't know it was that sort of. You know what? I'm just going to shut up shop here with the police, and then I'm just going to dive all into craft. This is how I'm going to do it. We all know that you are a busy person. You travel the world, HSN, and you've got your own studios. How do you? And we were chatting about this just before we came on. How do you cope with everything? Because you are a workhorse, and we've spoke about this many times when we used to be at the studio. Not only do you have Stamps by Me, you've got the HSN. You used to do TV, driving up and down the country. You're now going down to London to Ideal World, that we'll talk about as well. But you've also got a family. How do you fit everything in? Or is it just a case of you just do it?
I just do it. I just get on with it. For the first 10 years of our business, we were building, because what happened, Adam, was I left the police and with the fear of if it doesn't work, I can get a job anywhere. But after 2 years, the business grew so huge that Tim then took early retirement from the police because he was also in the police, but he was really high ranking. So for him to take early retirement and support me in this business was so scary. So we knew if we were going to do it, it had to be a head down scenario. No moaning, just get on and get on with it. And it grew so much. Tim's now the logistics man and takes care of all import, export, and all of that good stuff. And it's just grown exponentially. But the first 10 years was get your head down at every sacrifice. So health, mental health. Our house started to deteriorate. It needed decorating. Things became secondary, even eating habits. But after those 10 years, what happens is it starts to plateau, and then you start taking care of yourself a little bit more. And that was at the age when Tom was 4, when I decided that, we have to prioritize. So what's the priority here? Well, obviously my family is my priority. That's the number one thing. But how do we manage that with the company? So we just made sort of like a pact to ourselves that we would always get Tom to all of his clubs. That, by the way, he is in 7 clubs. So it's seven nights a week.
Oh my word.
So when I'm not live, Tim's at clubs. It's just epic, really. But he's only little ones, so we make it work. And we try and steal. We always say, shall we steal a few hours this morning? Shall we go to the park? Shall we go to IKEA? Shall we go for some food? We're always stealing, but we make sure we always steal. So, because it's quite easy, it can all just roll into one, can't it? You can think, oh, I've got lots of stuff to do tomorrow. I'm going to go into work at 8 o'clock. Actually, no, it's not going to make any difference if we go in at 8 o'clock or if we go in at 12 o'clock. Let's just have a few hours this morning ourselves, reset the gauge, have some family time, and then we'll go into work. And Tom is so good. So we manage it really well, and we've always started to manage it over the last 5 years really well.
Now, you said earlier that you've been bitten by this bug for twice now. You've gone through this whole scenario before. Were you worried this time even more? You've sort of answered it already, but were you more worried this time and gone, you know what? I think we're done with it. I don't think we can crack on anymore with this for what we've lost.
So the first time that it happened, Adam, we lost £110,000, right?
Jesus.
So what happened from there is I had 18 members of staff. I have a 6,000 square foot warehouse, stores. I had my studio. So what happened the first time around is over the 10 years, we had treated ourselves. So we got a little motorhome that was 20 years old. We managed to get that. What was the other treat we had? We had our box Luton van, which enabled us to deliver stock easily without having to hire vans all of the time and do the shows up and down the country. So when the first time it happened, we managed to stay afloat by selling sort of the things that we'd treat ourselves to over the 10 years. So we sold the motorhome, and then that paid the rent on the building. It kept my staffing wages for that month. Then the following month, we sold the box Luton van, and that paid the rent again, and then the staff for that following month. And we just had to every month be really diverse. And what have we got to sell? And it wasn't until the last, I think, month of going to Hochanda, we had nothing left to sell. So we went to Hochanda, and obviously it turned around and came good again. And then when it happened this time, I just felt like, well, there is nothing to sell unless I'm going to sell my home, which I'm not going to do for craft. I would not do that for anybody. Then what are we going to do? So as I said, we sidestepped into the lane and decided that the only way forward was to do our own studios. We're not paying a percentage to any TV channel, which is 50% or 55 or 60, whatever it is. And we will do it ourselves in our own channel. And we've got our head down. We go live 4 or 5 days a week. And our following is what's kept us alive this time. I had to lose some of my staff. Not pre this time happening. I did see the writing on the walls though, but I had to lose a few members of staff. Some naturally left because they wanted to progress in their own jobs, and we've just been really lean. We haven't spent a dime on anything. We've just reinvested. So, and here we are back at Ideal World now with a new plan, a new strategy, in the hope that if it happens for a third time, we won't be affected by it at all.
See, that's good. We are going to move on to Ideal World in a minute. I just want to touch on though the How to Craft Network, because this has been major. So the years that I've been working with you, and I've seen the growth of this, because not only have you got the website, you've also now got an app which you've moved into as well, which gives you more spread, I'm guessing, and people can really get involved and really learn how to craft.
So in 2014, when my son was born, we decided to set up our YouTube channel. And at the time, everybody was on TV. Nobody had a channel. Nobody had Facebook Lives, nothing. So in 2014, we actually started our channel. And let me tell you, trying to get to the first 1,000 followers took years. It took years because it was so unheard of for craft. You have probably heard of Jennifer Maguire and all of the ladies that were on there pre me even doing it, and they were on like 200,000 followers, and it was just like, how hard is this? But as soon as I got to 10,000 followers, it sort of like looked after itself, which is amazing. And now we're at whatever it is, 37,000 followers on YouTube. So I have a strong hold on all social media platforms, which then has sort of like led me down numerous other paths. So How to Craft Network, we're always live, whether it's classes, inspiration, sell it, tell it. And then we have our app, which is a safe haven for all of our loyal customers who may be a little bit fearful of popping their makes on social media in case people are critical or unkind, because we know it happens, right? So people can go in there and talk about their makes, they can post the makes, but we also have an extended chat in there as well, where people can talk about losing their husband, or, you know, I've lost my cat, or I'm in hospital and I'm on my own and there's nobody to visit me. Today I had sausage and mash and it were great in hospital. There's a community in there where people can just connect, and it doesn't have to be about craft. I think people forget that when we are business owners with craft, it's so hard sell. You see it off, you'll know yourself, Adam. Everybody on here is like, buy your bananas, get your bananas free. Hard sell, hard sell, hard sell. And I understand it, because people are in the fight of their lives. They've got households to run, they might have staff, they might have businesses, but it doesn't need to be that way. It really does not need to be that way. If you have a community, a loyal community, and you look after them like they look after you, the rest will take care of itself.
You've also now moved into the wonderful world of TikTok.
Oh,
and by the looks of it, well, you were doing those for a while. I used to love watching the dances that you used to do, but you've now started crafting on there. But no one else is really doing that yet, are they?
No, so again, I like to just try. I am not scared of trying something new. If it don't work, what do? We either, same with craft, we throw it in bin and we do something else, or we just sidestep into another lane. And we started TikTok. Oh, when did I start TikTok? Probably I started going hard on TikTok at the time. The channel went down again, thinking, right, how am I going to keep my company alive? So I did TikTok shop, started posting regular lives content. And what's happened there is I've got an affiliate program on there now, Adam, which has like feelers. It's a little bit like the triangle pyramid sales, where if you are a crafter and you have our product, if you link my product on your video, because you love it anyway, right? You're posting it on TikTok, you want to show the world. But if you link my product on your video and somebody buys it through that link, you can earn commission.
Oh,
So
nice.
if somebody goes on and buys that £10 stamp, you will get £2 for every £10 stamp that you've sold. So I have sort of like this undercurrent of influencers who are popping videos on and selling my product and earning commission through it, and it's just been amazing.
Has he gone?
Not telling you too much because everybody will pinch it.
No, it's true. You've already told me, though, so that's the main thing. I already know because Tony used to send me videos of everything that I needed to do. But TikTok is a scary little world if you've never been to it before. It's a scary world to get into.
It is, and so you can get a lot of hate on that. Touch wood, I haven't had any hate. I think craft is quite niche, and majority of crafters are incredible human beings. But you have to be really careful with hate comments on there, because I've seen them. But yeah, other than that, it's a fantastic platform. Definitely for my business. I'm growing exponentially on there, and my following's just going up and up and up. I think I've got about 16,000 followers on TikTok.
Oh, my word.
So, and they're a different audience, which is wonderful as well. So it's nice to see different names, different people, all of diverse crafts, and all over the world.
Well, this is true. I'm just going to read some comments because I don't want to miss any of them. Natalie, you've done so well, Tony, to get through it twice and come out even stronger and more determined. Wishing you, Tom, and Tim love, luck, and happiness for the wonderful future. Then you've also got missing your inspiration demos, Tony. But this is the thing. This is why we talk about the How to Craft Network, because you are on there. And it is just you. You haven't got anybody chipping in like me or anyone like that. Just chipping, barking away. It is just you, demos, and the products that everyone loves. So that moves us on to Ideal World.
Okay.
How did that come about? Because that's a total change. That's something completely different to what even they're used to.
Yeah. So when, like I said to you, when we took that 6 month back from TV, step back from TV, I knew that the other channels were not for me. I just felt a sense of everybody's just doing what they've done before. Everybody's channel hopping. Everybody's trying to survive. I don't want to be part of it. I'm bitten. I'm broken. I do not want to be part of what is actually going on. So I took the step back, but I knew that I wanted to do TV, but how it looked. And to be honest, I tried. Probably you don't even know. I might have told you, Adam, actually, but customers definitely do not know this. But when I found out that Create and Craft had done what it had done, and all of the assets and things like that went up for sale, I tried to buy the channel.
Yeah, you told me. You told me you were going to, you and Tim just couldn't come up with the funds. You did tell me this in the kitchen when we were having tea.
Yeah, I so wanted, and even though I knew it came with a toxic background, it came with a toxic name, I knew that if I was given the chance, I could have turned that channel around. I just knew it. I'm getting a little bit like a frog in my throat, but circumstances were such that the cost of trying to do that ourselves without any investment was just too much. So we let it go. I took a step back, took breath, but I knew I wanted to do TV. Couldn't do it myself though. Licenses and millions for live TV studios and things like that. So I in October, Yanis got in contact with me and said, he checked in actually. It wasn't actually even anything to do with TV. He just checked in and said, "Hey up mate, I'm really sad to see what's happened. The writing was on the walls. I hope you're okay and you weren't bitten too much, etc." Like the conversations me and you have had, Adam. But
Yeah.
and it just went down a path of, it's like, what's the plan? And I went, well, I'm just focusing on HSN in America. I'm focusing on QVC in Germany. I think I don't need to concentrate on another channel right now. And he just said, well, if you ever want to do craft here on Ideal World, I think the owners here would really be up for it. And just a light bulb just came on. I thought, you know what? This might be my calling. What it looks like, I've no clue, but this might be something for me, a new era, a new focus. So I just said, I would absolutely love that. Let's have a conversation. So we started having a conversation October, November, December, and then in January I met the owners and explained how I felt about it, if it was possible, what it would look like, and it's just gone from there.
And it's gone from strength to strength, I hear, through you know what the TV grapevines are like in this world. It's just going to get bigger and bigger. It did extremely well on its launch day, and it is just going to get bigger. So when are the destination hours? How do we find them? When do you know when they are?
Yeah. So we did our first show a couple of weeks ago, and it was absolutely awesome. But what I want to just cover off here, guys,
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
it's not in competition with any of the other TV channels and our friends and their lives and things like that. It's just going to be a destination craft. And the reason why I've chosen to do it this way is I'm on HSN. They have a showcase once a month where people book the day off work, they save their money, and they know that that is the date for the craft on that particular day in that particular month. So I knew I wanted it to look a bit like a destination craft where people can get excited that there's going to be something new. So that was my pitch into Ideal World, really. So I did my show 2 weeks ago. And so our shows, my shows are going to be the first Wednesday and the third Wednesday in every month, and that's at 12, 1 and 6 p.m. But because we're building it, and I am the only person at the moment, I'm talking with other brands as well to build it. So basically, it is my little baby. It's Ideal have just gone, there you go. How do you want it to look? Let's iron out the issues together. You can basically do what you want. So that's the path that I've taken. So Destination Craft, I'm on Wednesday at 12 o'clock for 2 hours and then 6 p.m. So I'm on every Wednesday, first Wednesday in the month, and every Wednesday, the third Wednesday in the month. But what I do plan on doing, Adam, moving forwards, is every Wednesday in a month, you will get Destination Craft, and the hope that the full day will be craft.
Oh, nice.
I'm in conversation with other brands at the moment as well. And I need the brands that are solid, have got a great reputation, haven't done anything sinister in the past, because it bodes my reputation as well.
It's
So I
true.
need I need good hardcore companies that are going to do what they say they're going to do and not cheat the system. So that's the plan. However, it's still early, so I'm going to get my head down, as I said before, head down, London back, London back, London back, twice a month, sorry, and grow it myself into this beautiful, beautiful flower in the hope that other brands are going to be like, I want to be part of it.
And it will be. So you can find Toni on the 2nd of April and also the 16th of April, which is the first and the third Wednesday in the month. Can we have any sneak peeks? Not to look at, but what have we got to look forward to on the 2nd of April in your destination hour? Is it all newness or is it back catalogue that we're looking at?
So every time you see Destination Craft, that means brand new. So you've
no.
to come and see Destination Craft. So in this one I'm going to talk about it on Monday, my Monday Night Live, but this one we have a brand new floral fusion collection, which is brand new. You can only get it on Ideal World, and in the hopes that you will come and support the channel, and we can grow craft on there as well. But yeah, it's destination, so you can save your money, you can put it in your diary, you can schedule the time if you want to, you can catch up if you want to as well. But Destination Craft is going to be, hopefully future, every Wednesday 12 o'clock.
See, that's good. That's good. And so not only do you run a craft brand, not only do you run, Tom, to 7 activities every single day, not only do you have the How to Craft network, and you also look after that and all the lives that you do on top of all that, not only do you fly halfway across the world to HSN to go and look over there, you've now started a fashion brand.
I have to laugh at myself because that just sounds crazy, right?
So where did this stem from? Is this more of a hobby now to get you out of? Some people have train tracks, some people do crafting, but that's what you do for a living. So is it to get you out of that mindset and give you something to get your teeth into?
So I've always loved fashion and beauty, always. Beauty, you can't really tell because I'm not great at it, but I love skincare. I love fashion. I've just loved it for a long, long time, particularly since turning 40. I've been massively into it. But what happened was, it was always a dream to do my own clothing, but when or how it looked like, I have no clue. But in November last year, I launched 4 skirts just to sort of like test the water,
Mm.
and a dress. We launched our Dorothy dress. And I thought, you know what, if it doesn't sell, again, I'm going to sidestep and I'll just do something else. But I always knew that the fashion would be an undercurrent somewhere. How it looked, I didn't know. But we launched the Black Dorothy dress at Christmas, and I sold 400 dresses.
Oh my
And I was
word,
like,
Tone.
yeah. And I sold it in purple as well for the Christmas period. People were buying it, and I just like, and I had the moment that I had when I brought lamination stamps to Create and Craft back in the day. And when you have that moment, you know, where you've got that fire in your belly and you just know it's going to work. If you work hard, you just know it'll work. Nobody's going to tell me anything different. I just felt like there is fire in my belly for this. I've just proved the formula. I've just designed a dress by myself, and I've sold 400. A lot of new brands don't even sell 400 pieces in a year, and I did it in 3 weeks. So I'm just sticking at it. I mean, it's not fast fashion. There ain't going to be clothing, brand new clothing every week, but I'm just chipping away in the background, designing pieces, changing them up. And then when I'm happy and something's ready, I am just putting it out. And a lot of crafters actually have bought my footwear already. I've bought dresses already. You've seen the posts on my Cedar Rose page. It's just epic.
So you say you enjoy fashion and beauty. Have you got a background in this, or is it a case of you are learning as you go?
Yeah, so I will tell you a quick story about Cedar Rose. So I love heavyweight, avant-garde patterns, jacquard, good quality fabrics, and you will have seen lots of people always commented about what I was wearing on TV, and it wasn't just a flash in the pan. There were pieces that I just wore over and over and over again. People were like, I love that blue top you wore. I love that blue top, and I just repeat over and over. So I knew the path that I wanted to take, but I made a ton of money on those 400 dresses. The following week, I lost it all, because what happened was I thought, you know what? Getting a giddy kipper like I do. I'm gonna
I've stole that. Now we don't work together.
I'm gonna do some pajamas. Pajamas for Christmas. I need pajamas. So I thought, right, I'll get some pajamas. So I got some samples that were amazing. And then like at last minute, I thought, oh, it's a bit cold in England. We need thick pajamas. So I was like, is there any chance these 100% cotton pajamas you can make double the thickness? Yeah, yeah. Do you want a sample? No, no, just make them thicker. Well, they can. They were so bad.
Were they really thick?
So they were thick. They were like cardboard. Uh, anyway, I do wear them myself, and after wash, because they're cotton. But let me tell you, I'll be wearing them when I'm 90.
Because they're going to
I've got,
last.
I've got about 4,000 of them in warehouse. So, you know, we have the rise and falls and our learning curves, but yeah, I am very passionate about it.
A little cheeky free gift. You've got a little bit of pajamas. It's nearly time to go already. I know you've got a dishwasher to do and food to make, but 2 questions before we go. The first question is, going back 25 years, did you think this is where you would be when you started in the police all those years ago? Did you think this is where you would end up now?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, I knew where I needed to be. The reason why I joined the force at the time was for my mum. My mum said to me, I think you would make an absolute amazing police officer. You're so kind, sweetheart. You're very humble and you take care of everyone. The police is where you need to be. So I applied for the police for my mum's sake, really, not thinking I'd ever get in, and I got in. So it was like, and don't get me wrong, I loved it when I was in the job, and it made my mum very happy, and I was very happy at the time. But as you get older, circumstances change, and you do find your way in life. You do find that
That's true.
path, that journey that you are meant to be on. So I did the police for 15 years, and then took this path. And I just knew I would always be entrepreneurial. The police, I never wanted rank. I love to be at the bottom, like just as a PC on the ground, dealing with victims and suspects. I knew that's where I wanted to be. I never wanted to go any further. So I just knew that has a life expectancy. And I would be doing something different. Did I think it'd be fashion? Did I think it'd be craft? No. Did I think it'd be fashion? Yes.
Oh, okay. So the fashion's where you've always wanted to aim, but craft has sort of got in there first.
Yeah.
Rebecca says, Tony, you always look so stylish. Maybe you could give Adam some pointers. People don't change. So
He has had his hair cut. Come
I
on.
have. It's special. Tone used to notice my haircut, so I thought I'll have it cut before I go live today.
Yeah, yeah. He always used to say to me, "I've had haircut because I knew what you were coming in today. I can't do any." I was like,
She used to
"Good
pull me
lad."
up on it every time I used to leave it go long. Paula says, wishing you all the luck in the world going forward into the new ventures. Talking about all the luck in the world, and this is my final question. Where do you see Stamps by Me going in the next 5 years?
Oh, 5 years. Jeepers, that is a great question, Adam.
Thank
Do you
you.
know what? It just, I can't. All the bucket lists have been ticked for Stamps by Me. Everything that I've ever wanted to do, TV, teleselly, HSN America, biggest shopping channel in the world, QVC, second biggest shopping channel in the world. I've done them all. I'm everywhere. There is no hiding from me, unfortunately. So I've ticked all of the bucket lists. Probably what it would just be is, again, organic growth, create great partnerships and have stability in business, because if you have a great partnership with these other companies and everything starts to wobble, it's amazing how you can come together as a team and make it right. Is if the relationship and partnership is on point, everything else looks after itself. So at the moment, my partnerships, you've never probably seen Stamps by Me channel hop, bad mouth, flip flop. You always see stability. This from my point of view, I think if you were to, from looking at another set of eyes into my business, you would look at me and probably think that although they've had a few wobbles with TV and things like that, they are a stable brand who have priorities. They have great company ethos, community. We have a great community. My communication is second to none. So I think for me, Adam, the next 5 years for me is just going to be sheer growth with the wonderful partners that I have, and nothing more than that. And fashion, probably grow my fashion.
Before you go, give yourself a plug. Where do we find everything? So where do we find Cedar Rose? Where do we find Stamps by Me? Plug anything and everything that you need to plug.
So Cedar Rose Fashion is www.cedarrose.co.uk. We're on TikTok too. And we've got a Facebook page for that if you want to join that. And we have Stamps by Me, which is obviously the How to Craft Network, which is in the States. You can catch me at Simon Says Stamp. You can catch me at HSN. We're everywhere, really. QVC, we're on there. And UK Ideal World. And a lot of the cottage companies like Hazel and Sweet Poppy Stencils, they all supply our products as well. So we just have a great community. So you can find me everywhere. Just put in Stamps by Me or How to Craft Network, you'll find me.
And you'll find her on all the platforms as well. Tony, lovely. Thank you so much for popping in.
I'll send it, Bill.
Yeah, I'll pay your invoice for you on this one. Literally before she came on, she's literally just got in as well. Bless her.
Yeah, I've got staff wages that end at month. Can you pay that?
Unless they can eat it in Kit Kats and penguins. That's all I've really got at the moment.
I love a Kit Kat. Can I just quickly just say one thing? Well, there's a
Of course you can. Say what you want.
Comment on here. Janet Rees, great question. Hi, Adam and Tony. What are your thoughts on Dan B and the craft store? That's a great question, that, Janet. My thoughts
Answer
on
that. Let me see if I can find it first. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I missed it. There it is. Got it.
A great question, that, Janet. My thoughts are this. Dan is doing an incredible job of that store and building the reputation of brands on there. Do I think anything other than that? I do not. There is no competition. Just always remember this, guys. Strength in numbers, okay? If we all work together, the community will just grow. If we all try and divide ourselves and separate ourselves from each other, this sort of like niche and craft is never going to survive. So you will never catch me saying somebody's stealing this, somebody's doing that, somebody's better than me, somebody's not, because it's just not the way. It's just not the way forward. Everybody is trying to survive in their own way. Some are doing it fantastic, some are absolutely annihilating and assassinating it, but that's not for me to comment. But if we follow all of these other people, as in Adam as well on his journeys with his retreats and all of his pages as well, the community just will connect. And again, strength in numbers. That's what I think about it, Janet.
There you go, Janet. Thank you, Tony, once again. Thank you. It's been a pleasure. Go and empty that dishwasher.
Have a nice evening, guys. Take care, everyone.
See you soon, Tone.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Love you lots, mate. Bye.
Love you. Bye. Oh, she's amazing. She is amazing. And now she's got to empty a dishwasher and cook some food, is what she's going to do. Thank you to you as well. Let's go through some of the comments. So many comments tonight. I couldn't keep up with them all. I've flashed them. I've tried to flash as many as I can on the screen. If you want to go to the How to Craft Network, here you go. Tony is live several times a week. Take a look on the How to Craft Network and you will be able to see all her demos. Also keep up with when Tony is around Ideal World. Go and do it. It's worth having a look at. Love all our crafting community. We're all trying. Everyone is trying. We are all about. We're all doing something. We're all trying to keep this big ship afloat is what we're trying to do. With massive help, but we can do it. We can do it. It's something that we can do. Thank you very much. That is it. Another one done and dusted that we've got on this one. That's it. I will see you again this time next week. I don't know who we've got yet either, to be honest. We'll leave that one as a little mystery and a little surprise. Remember, you can catch this back on YouTube. It's on Facebook for 30 days, and you can also watch it back on YouTube whenever you want. The minute I press end stream, that ends everything. Thank you very much. It means a lot that you keep coming back. It really, really does. Some days I do these and I sit there on Wednesday night thinking no one's going to watch. No one's going to watch any of these. But you do. And you keep coming back again and again and again. And you don't know. You know what? It means a lot. It genuinely means a lot that you are there. Keep your eyes on the socials for what we're all up to as well. Yeah, that's all I've got to tell you for this week. I will see you Thursday. Bright and breezy. Oh, hang on. One more before we go. I did Tony's Create Together Club, and I must say it was a brilliant. Thank you. Thank you, Adam. You're more than welcome. Paula, good night. Bye, Adam. Good night. As the sipping soda music plays in the background, I am going to love you and leave you. From myself, Adam, good night. God bless. And remember, people, it doesn't matter where you are or who you are. Someone out there, they'll always love you. Good night. God bless.